Hello and welcome to the Roy Rogers News Channel. Thank you so much for watching. And for today's PokeMMO interview series, well, I have a very special guest because this man to my left has helped revive the PokeMMO interview series. And in the past, I've had Shu on my interviews, and it wasn't an official series yet. But I would like to thank Shu for being a major guest on the Roy Rogers News Channel and bringing legitimacy to the Roy Rogers News Channel. So I'd like to thank Shu for that. And also, I would like to thank Shadow for helping me revive the PokeMMO interview series because he has been my very first guest back when he was staff, and also now that he's ex-staff, and he is managing a PSL with Forfeiter. I mean, by golly, you're doing a lot of stuff. Shadow, thank you so much for coming on the Roy Rogers News Channel and once again bring legitimacy to the Roy Rogers News Channel in its interview segments.
It's my pleasure. It's actually the third time I've been here with you. That's cool. Well, fourth if we don't count the type video with the abilities. Yeah.
All right, yeah, certainly. I mean, yeah, that was the time I had to retire the Magazone character, but we live in a different world. We live in a world of Barrels and Petrowski, and they're doing a lot of comedy there on their channels. So, yeah, that was in a world before comedy channels were there. But also, Pat has a very informative video, so I do want to say that as well. And without further ado, Shadow, are you ready to answer some questions for me, my friend?
I'm always ready for you, my guy.
And without further ado, let's go ahead and ask the first question. Shadow, how long have you been playing Pokemon, my friend?
Well, I've created my account in August 8th of 2016. Yeah, actually. So, like between 8 and 9 years, which I've been active in 4 or 5 of them, actually. Yeah.
Excellent. Now, what activity do you enjoy doing in game? Do you like the competitive scene? Do you like shiny hunting? I get the general sense that you enjoy the competitive scene, but I'm going to let you answer the question.
Yeah, when I first started, well, this we will talk about this later, but basically I just uh, completed the storylines, and I pretty much enjoyed the game like I used to do in the Nintendo and in the Game Boy. Then I came back in 2020, right before the all the story went about, and I've started talking with people like playing the game as it should be played, right? And then I joined a competitive team, and I just started playing competitive. I had like streaks of 3 or 4 days looking for shinies with kind of a lot of luck actually, like no more than 3,000 or 4,000 encounters before finding one, and that's pretty much it. And now I like supporting the competitive part of PokeMMO with events and such.
Right. And speaking about your experience here on PokeMMO, I remember back in the day you were community manager and the like, and I would like to ask you this. What's your most memorable moment as a former staff member, my friend?
Well, yeah, you are right. I've been a moderator for 2.5 years, more or less. Uh, 1.5 years was me being a global moderator, right? And honestly, I don't really have one special moment that very special moment, right? But some good memories I have are like us in boys' calls uh, right before the events when we used to be referees for the team tournaments, those competitive monthly tournaments where teams clash and there's just a winner, etc. With Terminator, for example, a lot of good experiences with Broken Ball, with Seth, with Rept, with She too. Most of these names might sound popular for most of the people listening to this. So if you know those guys, they are absolute nice people. I swear.
Yeah, certainly. And Barrett's really been holding up those team tournaments, and he does a terrific job at that. So I would like to
Hmm.
thank Bearminator for helping to keep the team tournaments running. So yeah, by golly, Bearminator is doing a terrific job hosting those, and I would like to thank you for partaking in the moderation of said tournaments because you've probably had a lot of responsibility in terms of historic events here on PokeML.
those events were manually held, so they were good and bad at the same time, right? Because like good because you kind of interact directly with the players, and that's pretty nice in my opinion because you have like a direct contact, unlike the automated tournaments. Like you create event and people play, and you don't have to be there watching them while they do right. But on the other hand, of course, there are a lot of people you have to manage at the same time. That's why we usually used like 4 or 5 referees alongside me and Birminator. So, but I enjoyed it overall. Yeah.
Right. And I'm going to ask a question that kind of forks off of that. Do you have any advice for any people that are looking to become a moderator or anyone that wants to join? I actually made a video about several tips about how to do that on the Roy Rogers channel, but do you have any advice that you would like to give to our audience in terms of applying to become a community manager?
Sure. Well, thing is that first of all, not everyone is able per se to become a moderator. Okay, this doesn't mean you are stupid or you are dumb or whatever. No, this has nothing to do, right? But moderation, at least in this game, requires you to have some social skills and some patience, right? Because you have to interact with a lot of people, okay? Uh, asking, sorry, answering questions which are a lot uh, repetitive, okay? Like, can you help me trade in this Pokemon? How do I reach this city? How do I get this hidden machine, etc. Okay, so you need some patience, and you have to have some social skills because you are representing a whole community of players, okay? So this said, my main advice, even if it sounds cliche, right, is just to be yourself. Like, do not try to change your personality just for achieving the community moderator role, because it won't work in the long term, and it will pretty much make you feel sad because you are not doing what you really want to do. Like some people may just see the tag like alongside the staff name and such as a sign of a status, and it's nothing further than reality. Like you have responsibilities, you have to be there for players to be able to help them, etc. So yeah, just be yourself, and if you feel you can, just go ahead and apply for it.
Yeah, and also I would say this as well. Some of your friends in game might actually unfriend you because they might say, "Oh, I thought we were in this together, and all that." And there's some people out there that may not like the staff team, and seeing that badge beside your name might get some people to unfriend you. So be prepared for that. But at the same time, just keep in mind that you are your own person and try your best to serve the community as best as you possibly can. And with that, I think that's a good way to kind of segment into your next question, speaking about serving the community in the best possible way that you can. When did you aspire to become a co host of the PSL games? At the time of this taping, you and Forfeiter are co hosting that, and I commend both of your work for that. I mean, you've really held that together, and I commend both of you for doing that.
Oh yeah, okay. So to put people in context, PSL is the acronym for Pokemon Super League, right? Sorry, PokeMMO Super League, right?
Yep.
This is an unofficial event where basically 8 teams drafted by 8 managers, which are regular players, just like you and me, compete between themselves to win a prize. Okay, this event has a lot of prestige in the PvP community because it's the probably the most important PvP unofficial event we have, and it's been around for like more than 10 years. You've been around in the very first editions actually. So yeah, I'm co-hosting this with Forfeiter. Hello, Forfeiter, I love you. A kiss for you, my guys. But yeah, okay. So I participated in the edition, which was 2 years ago, and I had already watched the event like as a spectator from PSL 13. Yeah, And I loved the environment. Okay, I loved how players interacted with themselves. There was a lot of level, and there is a lot of level as a PvP enjoyer I am. And well, I participated in the 15th edition as a manager. I got lucky, I got drafted, and we won it actually in the very first edition I participated. So I kind of committed myself to host a future edition because I loved the event, and to apply as a host is pretty much voluntary, right? You just say, okay, yeah, I will try to host this next season. If people approve you, you just go ahead. And with my close friend Forfeiter, we just decided to go ahead, and we are enjoying it. We had some illusion in trying to keep the level of this event, and I think we are accomplishing it. Yeah. When first of all, the eight managers are picked based on criteria which can change between seasons, right? For example, in this season, they were chosen between Forfeiter and myself, just like pretty much handpicked. Like
Right.
we put like an application, and you have to show how motivated you are, with also taking account history in game. What can you give to the event, right?
Oh yeah, certainly. I mean, I've seen both of your work and that sort of thing. And first off, congratulations for winning in the last PSL session. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And secondly, I would like to say this as well, that in PSL and the like, when you say you get credits, isn't there like a separate currency that each of the managers get? And if you can, feel free to walk the viewers through that because some people might be wondering, what do you mean by currency? Do you mean like in-game Pokeyen? Is there like a different
Oh,
like what do you mean by that per se? I already know
okay.
what you mean, but can you tell the audience what you mean by that?
When the auction starts, like when you can place bets for players, we use a measure which are credits. Okay, each manager is given 100 credits each. Those credits can't be purchased, right? They are just given to you as a way to bid for players and such. And yeah, there's no conversion. Like one credit is nothing. Okay, this is just a currency which is used in the auction, and it's just for buying players for the event. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I remember covering these events back when Double J was the host there. I remember there used to be a lot of chatter in the voice chat, but then as the PSL went from being in voice chat over to the new era now is everybody just types in on a Discord channel. And I said to myself, what's the point of me taping all this if this is going to be documented and recorded anyways? That this was back in the days of TeamSpeak, back when I used to record and a fair amount of those videos
Yeah.
are unlisted, but you know what? In this particular episode, I can link the playlist of unlisted PSL stuff down in the description below if you want to check that out. I mean, it was quite a very electric sort of scene there. I mean, you have a fair amount of people kind of auctioning back and forth. Some people saying, "Oh, frags! Wow, frags!" And everybody's like bidding on frags, and it's like there's so much stuff in PSL. And man, I mean, I could just go on and on talking about it like this is sort of like a horse race in a way. It's like you're betting on your horse and I mean PSL is just an amazing sort of atmosphere. I mean, there's nothing like it, quite frankly, on PokeMMO.
In the when the auction takes place, there's a lot of environment around. Like 30 people join the voice call while they bid for players. Players commenting, "Oh my, this was an overpay. This guy is going to crash the tournament, etc." That's one of the best moments of the PSL for the spectator, to be honest.
Oh yeah, certainly. And it makes for great content too. Even though in the olden days it used to last for like hours, and I was thinking like, man, I think I even slept one of the times like near the end because I was so tired from I think I was covering a tournament or something, and I just like the sleep kind of caught up with me, and I just like took a nap because it was like several hours of just like nonstop bidding and excitement and the like. And then I woke up, I was like, I think everybody left the room at this point. Now, going back to you, Mr. Shadow, I have a question. So, what is your most memorable moment in PSL, my friend? Because you've probably experienced several PSL events just like I did. Is there any moment that's memorable to you for PSL besides that one time that you won? And congratulations once again for that.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, I mean that's one of the main ones because people involved in the event, right, were putting our team in like sixth or seventh place, and we crashed regular season because classifying as first seed, like for a big merging. Okay, like we played last week knowing that we will be first regardless of if we won or lost, and we ended up winning the whole thing
Wow.
after a draw and two more wins. That was pretty much crazy and one of the best moments I have in my gaming career in this game. Maybe the other was when there was a PSL where a whole team was banned because an apparent win trade, and I had a lot of fun because I saw a lot of drama, right? Like drama, as you may know, is one of the main fuel sources of the PSL. There's a lot of and such between players, managers, and wherever he's around. Oh no, no, this guy come on, let's pull him out. Oh no, cancel, please stop doing this. Don't be like that. That's pretty much on the atmosphere we were commanding about.
Wow. Now, let's go and talk a bit more about your personal in-game life here. So, what is your most memorable shiny, my friend? We're gonna switch the topic a little bit. So, what's your most memorable shiny, my friend? My guess is the shiny Porygon that you have to your left, or is it another shiny?
There are two sorts of shinies in my possession, right? Those I found and those I was given. Okay, this sporting one was given by a fellow friend called Elisa. I think you know her.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, she just gave it to me just as a gesture of appreciation. I gave her my shiny Pachirisu, which was like, yeah, it was a very nice wild shiny. It had like 231 IPs in HP and special attack and like 28 in defenses. That was crazy wild shiny. And the probably the one I found and I remember the most is a shiny Boonery because in that day I found three shinies in a period of 24 hours. That was crazy. Okay, this was the very last one, and it was especially fun because there was a friend of mine who was looking for it for like 5 or 6 months. No, maybe not not non-stop, okay, but he was like spending like 4 or 5 hours a day just to try to look for it. And after I got my shiny Cleffa, that was my second of the day, I just told him, okay, I'm going to go with you to look for it, just to chill around. And I found it in 13 orts. That
Wow.
was, yeah, he was crazy, like, why did you come here? You screwed up my shiny pursuit. Oh my, you stole it from me, come on. And such. It was hilarious, to be honest.
Oh man. Yeah, a lot of people are hunting for shinies, and like shinies are so hard. Like once in a blue moon, someone finds a shiny, and it's a cause for celebration. There are some people that are so serious about the shiny sport. There, people they get angry at the time they find shiny Tentacruel. Shiny Tentacruel they view as a failure, and they even sell it off. They're like, ah, no, I don't want this thing in my possession, and they dump it in the global trade link, and they sell it in quickly. And I'm like, well, it's just shiny. Like,
It
why are you
is.
so? Well, why are you so upset? It's a shiny Tentacruel. You know, it's like it's not a normal one. It's shiny. You know, shinies are
Uh,
rare.
and I wanted one, and I didn't find any shiny tentacle yet. Even if I always trained, well, when I back when I played actively, right? But I always try to get one just by upgrading the special defense. As you may know, that's a very popular place to do so. And
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't get one, and I want one because I find it cool. I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's cheap because it's so expensive to put egg moves in it, and it's quite common. Okay, but it's cool. It's not like it's ugly. You 100% prefer a shiny tentacle over a shiny Garchomp in terms of appearance, right?
Yeah, like I would, and
It's
also Dugong too. You can also add Dugong in the list because Dugong also has the same sort of thing as Garchomp, where it's like you'd barely even notice that it's a shiny.
the thing. Why would you hate getting one? I mean, it doesn't mean that many people are confused because people think that you got that shiny tentacle, but if you pursued that very same ort in another place, you will get another shiny. This is not true. Okay, you get that shiny tentacle. That doesn't mean you lost another shiny you were looking for, like I don't know, Akshu, Whimsicott, Zorua, Snivy, etc. Right? But
Oh yeah,
people are so stubborn in thinking this is true, and it's not. It's a matter of statistics. Okay.
yeah. That's so true. Now, I would like to ask, what is your most memorable moment in game, my friend? You had a lot of memorable moments. You were staff, you got a lot of shinies, you joined the competitive scene, you PSL manager, I mean, alongside with Forfeiter. What is your most memorable moment in game here? Out of all the moments you've had, what's the one moment that sticks out to you, Mr. Shadow?
One of them was that PSL win because that implied a lot. Okay, but maybe another was back when I was accepted in the staff team. Like when Secret Jing approached me saying that, yeah, you've been accepted, and that at that moment at least it was a very good sensation. I was like, oh my, I was hired for being a staff. Wow, this is cool. This is amazing. Yeah, but that sensation is something I still remember today, honestly. But yeah, aside of that, maybe knowing certain people, you included, as I told you, of course, but uh, those friendships you make along the way, and you make them last for years and such, are probably one of the best games you can earn from this game, honestly.
Now, if I may ask, how did you even find this wonderful game called PokeMMO?
It's a fun story. I have an older brother, like he's 4 years older than me, and back then I was 15 and he was 19. Yeah, and it was in summer. Okay, August and such. You go to the beach. Okay, in my case, we went to the river to have a good evening and such, going through the water, playing with the sand and wherever. And we came back home, and he told me, "Hey, I've heard about this game. I looked for it in the internet, and it seems cool. How about we play it?" And yeah, it resulted to be PokeMMO. Yeah, we just completed the storyline in Kanto and such, and looking for wild Pokemon, playing against each other, getting the gym leaders at the same times. That's how I got it.
That's quite an impressive story. Now, if I may ask, Shadow, you have contributed a lot to Pokemon. You have been a staff member, you have been a PSL manager, you have done a lot in the competitive scene. How can someone out there listening be able to contribute here on Pokemon? And do you have any advice for someone that is willing to do that?
Well, Roy, yeah, a game has a lot of facilities for people to contribute. We have the forums where you can post guides, you can just engage a conversation, saying your opinion about no events, vanities, uh, competitive scene, of course. You can also help in game, like trade, accepting trades for people to evolve their Pokemon, uh, asking questions like how to reach X city, how to get this hidden machine, etc. And well, regarding stuff, pretty much what I've told you before. It's you have to feel you can be helpful. Okay, like don't do it just for convenience. Do it because you actually want to help people. And it's nice because when you are staff, you are automatically trusted by most of the people who are looking for a trustable person to trade with or to talk to regarding help, etc. So yeah, I mean, while staff is a great way to contribute, there are a lot of ways to do so, via forums. Okay, yeah, help you. I don't know. I will create this guide on how to complete this storyline. There are a lot of them, and many people actually contributed. Not only me, of course, and I won't be the last. But yeah, those are some useful ways to do so.
Certainly. And are there any closing thoughts that you have for our audience here before we sign off?
Just keep enjoying the game, and of course, remember this is a game, and its main purpose is to have fun. And since it's an MMO, don't be foolish with the people. Just try to get along with people because the community is honestly quite nice. And believe me that you can have pretty good moments if you enjoy the game.
Oh yeah, certainly. I'm a personal testament to that. I enjoy a fair amount of my moments here on PokeMMO. And yeah, just be nice to people and people should be nice to you back. And yeah, with that, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. Shadow, thank you so much for being a part of the Roy Rogers channel once again, and congratulations to you and Forfeiter for being quite superb PSL managers. Both of you are going to be in the history books on PokeMMO.
Thank you so much, Roy. Likewise.
Certainly. And this is the Roy Rogers channel. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to the channel, like the content that you see here. And this is the Roy Rogers channel signing off. Fast, accurate advice, Roy Rogers News. And Chansey's banned from the premises.